2017 Toronto FC was one of the greatest squads ever assembled in MLS. They were the first and only ever Major League Soccer team so far to have won a domestic treble, and at the time set the MLS record for points in a single season with 69 en route to winning the Supporters' Shield. Now, even though this team played just 3 short years ago, in the world of professional sports, things change at a breakneck pace. And well over half of the players who played for that 2017 TFC squad have now gone on to other places. So without further ado, here is Toronto FC 2017. Where are they now? Starting off with Clint Irwin. Irwin was brought into Toronto FC in 2016 with the goal of him being the team's starting keeper. And for much of 2016 and the beginning of 2017, he was just that. Although in 2017, he was replaced in the starting job by Alex Bono. Irwin continued to back up Alex Bono in TFC in 2018 before being traded in the 2018-19 offseason back to Colorado, where he currently plays as the backup keeper for the Colorado Rapids. The other goalkeeper, Alex Bono, is still of Toronto FC. However, last season in 2019, he lost his starting job to newcomer Quentin Westberg, and Bono now is the team's backup/Canadian Championship goaltender. Justin Morrow, the left back who had a career season in goals in 2017 en route to Toronto FC winning MLS Cup, is still with the team. However, he has had some injury problems in the past 2 years, but he still is with Toronto FC and is still their starting left back. Drew Moore was a starting center back on the back end in 2017 for TFC. His age catching up to him and a couple really bad injuries in 2018 and 19 led to him having a reduced role. And in the offseason this year, he signed as a free agent back with the Colorado Rapids, moving back to the team that he played with prior to TFC. Ashton Morgan at one point was Toronto FC's longest tenured player. He'd been with the team since 2011. After the 2019 season ended last year, he became a free agent and he then signed with RSL, still in MLS. However, his most recent game played was at the beginning of this year with the Real Monarchs, which is RSL's USL Championship affiliate. Nick Hagelin, the defender who scored the big tying goal against Montreal in that Eastern Conference Finals in 2016. He was still with Toronto FC in 2018 before being traded to his hometown Cincinnati prior to FC Cincinnati's first ever season in MLS in 2019, where he still plays today. Jason Hernandez finished out his career with TFC, retired at the end of the 2018 season, and then he joined TFC's front office and is currently the manager of player engagement for Toronto FC. Eric Zavaleta is currently still at TFC, currently still the 3rd/4th choice defender, sitting on the bench, coming off, making appearances every once in a while, basically still in the exact same role that he had back in 2017. Chris Mavinga, also still at Toronto FC, is still one of our 2 starting center backs, and has performed so well in the past couple years since 2017 that there are talks that he may be one of the most underrated players in Major League Soccer. Nicholas Hasler, the former Liechtenstein Player of the Year, was traded to Chicago in 2018 before being released in early 2019 and then signing with Sporting Kansas City. And then at the end of 2019 season with Sporting Kansas City, he fell out of the SKC starting lineup about midway through the season, and at the end of the year went and signed in the most recent winter with FC Thun in the Swiss Super League. Oyvind Alsif, once a young, promising defender for Toronto FC, following the 2017 season, he was released and went and signed with Ranheim in the 2nd-tier Norwegian league, where he currently plays. Steven Beitashour was a free agent following the 2017 season, and he signed in early 2018 with expansion team LAFC. He played 2 years for them and is currently a free agent once again. Michael Bradley, still the captain of Toronto FC. In the most recent offseason, he signed a new targeted allocation money deal, so he is no longer a designated player. Victor Vazquez, following the 2018 season, he was transferred to Al Arabi in Qatar, and then following the end of their season, in their offseason in the summer, he was transferred to Salal, also in Qatar, and as of January 1st, 2020, he is currently a free agent. Benoit Cheyrou retired from professional football at the end of the 2017 season. He became a coach with the Toronto FC Academy for a few months from January to August 2018, and he is currently the assistant manager of a French amateur team called La Sessienne. Tsubasa Endo, Still at TFC, but a really interesting story of how he's still here. Following 2017, he was not given a contract renewal for the 2018 season. He was a free agent up until August of 2018, where he signed a remainder of the year deal with TFC 2. He went into TFC 2, scored 8 goals in the remaining 14 games of the USL season. Basically was the only guy on TFC 2 who could score goals that year, and with that amazing performance, earned a TFC first team contract for 2019, and throughout 2019 he slowly inched his way into the starting lineup of Toronto FC and actually started MLS Cup. So Tsubasa Endo still on TFC and is now a regular starter for them. Jay Chapman stayed with TFC for 2018 and 2019 but never really got into the starting lineup, and he was traded to new expansion side Inter Miami in the 2019-2020 offseason. Marquis Delgado, the midfielder, is still with TFC and he's still a starter. Same goes for Jonathan Osorio, but he also holds the records as the longest tenured current TFC player and the most appearances ever by a player for Toronto FC. Armando Cooper. So I wrote all these down. I'm going to have to hold the sheet up for this one. This is a lot. So Armando Cooper signed with the club Universidad de Chile in the first league in January of 2018. In August of 2018, he went to Dinamo Bucharest in the Romanian top league. Then in January of 2019, he signed with Maccabi Petah Tikvev, that's hard to pronounce, in the Israeli second division. And then in September of 2019, he signed as a free agent with his youth team back in Panama, Arabe Unido. So Armando Cooper has been just about everywhere since leaving TFC. Raheem Edwards was picked by LAFC in the 2017 expansion draft, then was immediately traded as part of a package to the Montreal Impact for Laurent Simon. Interesting connection there. Halfway through the 2018 season, Edwards was then traded to the Chicago Fire, where he played the remainder of the 2018 season and the 2019 season before, in the off-season, right before the 2020 season started, getting traded to the Minnesota United. Sebastian Giovinco. We all know who this one goes. After 2018, he was transferred to Al Hilal in Saudi Arabia after he wanted a new DP contract rumored at over $10 million, which would make him the most paid MLS player ever by a huge margin. Giovinco last season in 2019 with Al Hilal ended up winning the AFC Champions League and playing in the 2019 Club World Cup, and he still currently plays for Al Hilal in Saudi Arabia. Ben Spencer was released in June of 2018 after he never really found his footing in MLS. In 2019, he signed with USL Championship side Phoenix Rising FC, although he did temporarily get loaned out to FC Tucson in USL League One last year. He played the majority of his time with Phoenix Rising, and that is who he is currently contracted to. Jordan Hamilton, the young homegrown striker who could never really break through in MLS, was traded midway through last season to the Columbus Crew for Patrick Mullins. Toast St. Ricketts stayed with TFC during the 2018 season. Prior to the 2019 season, he went to Sūduva in the Lithuanian League, and then halfway through 2019 in the summer was transferred to the Vancouver Whitecaps, so he's back in MLS for a different Canadian team. And finally, Jozy Altidore, the designated player who scored our 2017 MLS Cup winning goal, still of Toronto FC, and just signed a new 3-year designated player contract which will keep him in Toronto as a designated player until 2022. So there you have it. There's everyone from the MLS Cup winning 2017 Toronto FC squad. And as I said, things change incredibly quickly in professional sports. There are 26 players on the team at the end of the season who had played at least one game for Toronto FC over the course of the year. And of those 26 players, only 9 of them are currently with Toronto FC just 3 short years later. So the team that was the best team that MLS had ever seen in 2017 thoroughly disassembled very quickly. Although that crappy 2018 season probably had quite a bit to do with them getting disassembled a bit quicker than had they continued to be good in 2018. But there you have it. 2017 TFC, that's where everyone went. So that does it for this video. If you like it, hit like. If you want to see more of my stuff, hit subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, link is down below in the description, and I will see you next time.